These are natural ways of being. Talking, listening, empathy, sharing. The simple things that we just don't do.
Mandem, how would I define it?
Mandem is like... I never really thought about explaining the web. Closer than friends, innit? It's people you can rely on, you can call at any point and get something from them if you need it. Give you a different perspective that's going to enhance your awareness.
It's all about connection. It's connecting on the most basic and fundamental levels possible. We're agreed on one thing, we're all men. That's fundamental. It's almost as though going out into the world and saying, let's just agree we're all human. Let's start there.
In the streets, when you talk, you say the Mandem, and that's where it's different. You wouldn't associate Mandem with mental health or speaking about anything. It categorizes for everybody. That makes it cool, that makes it open and accessible.
We are a safe space. Everyone is welcome. Whoever steps into the Mandem gets something out of it, whether it's feeling better in their mental health or feeling better in their physical health. The foundations are strong. We do have a culture here at Mandem. We all share, we're all open, and we all feel safe.
To other people outside, you think, what the fuck is this? A bunch of guys sat around in a circle singing Kung Baya or something, but in reality it's not like we're all just normal guys from every single walk of life. I was very surprised by how much we've got in common, and a lot of it is struggle. Someone's going through something, you go, you okay with what you're going through, or you reach out, or you be there for him because you're there for that collective good. I'm proud of being part of that. If I didn't talk and open up, I would be 6 foot under. As are a lot of men, because you just feel like you've run out of options. I was struggling to the point where I'd not spoken to anyone about how I was feeling. It just felt like I was on autopilot. I wasn't happy, but I wasn't sure why. I was just struggling in my own head about a few different things. Wasn't happy with the relationship, but desperate for it to work for the family. That created its own pressure, you know. I was just constantly looking for answers. I was in a hotel in London. Just jumped out of the bed and wrapped a belt around my neck and tried to just shut myself off. It wasn't that I wanted to kill myself. I couldn't escape the pressure in my head, and I just wanted it to stop. Things started to fade out. It slips off. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, what am I doing? I don't want this at all. During that point when I struggled the most, I reached out to Jamie. I said, look, this is what's happened, this is what I tried to do. And it felt better straight away. He went and set Monday meet up and got the ball rolling, and I got involved with as much as I could. Having Monday meet up available now is huge. You know, it's a good outlet for me now, a good support system. Having it then would have obviously helped even more. Jamie's a very complex character. If you were to meet him, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? It looks like a mixture of something like Ray Mays and fucking something out of Woodstock. But if you actually sit down and speak to him, it's just a good human, the biggest heart.
He's inspired every one of us in some way, shape or form to be better people. I don't even think Jamie knew how many people it would really affect.
You have to lead by example, and he does. He shows us that he's vulnerable too. And I think that makes everybody else feel at ease.
From young, like, I was always a little bit different. I didn't really fit in. Being in the ends on the streets, it's rough and it's tough and it's hard. You can't be soft. I find it difficult to go back and remember big chunks of my childhood. My stepdad was abusive. He never showed his emotions, and the way he expressed himself was by hitting us or by throwing shit. I was always fighting, always angry. I've hit 31 now, and I'm way less angry than I ever was, but it's still there. In accepting that I have that part of me, it's allowed me to relax and be more open and present myself with more opportunities to be vulnerable. I'd had a really tough day. I had poured out everything to another man, and he gave me the space and time and made me feel safe, like I wasn't being judged. It was clear that something needed to happen. I was like, I need to create something for men where we can come together and talk. And I just thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna put it out there, talking about what I'd been through, what I would like to do to rectify it for other men. First meetup was like 12 men, and that was it. And now we've got 120 active members.
I think it was the Wednesday, the 29th of June, I remember it. I had a meeting. I didn't storm out. I didn't want to speak to anybody. Like, everyone was asking, like, where was I going? I just went, I need to go. Then I went and walked over the M60 bridge. I made sure that nobody see me. At this point, it's a blur. I was just in hysterics. I just didn't want to be here. I even said, like, when my phone dies, you won't hear from me, because I knew when it died, I'll die. I didn't care. I didn't want to be here. I was at a point of despair. I literally had no energy left to fight. Then I went towards the bridge so you can jump off. And at this point, like, I'd started to notice the traffic had stopped. Then I heard voices shouting my name. I was fuming at this point because I wasn't ready to go. So they eventually, after an hour or so, got me up and into the ambulance. I got taken to Oldham Hospital. It was tense. You know, they're asking you, how are you feeling now? Do you feel like you want to hurt yourself? This was the questions to find out whether I will be going home or not. I find it difficult that they did let me go anyway within 5 hours. I could have run out and done the same thing again. They just let me go. Jamie had messaged me. He said, look, we've got a talking circle on Sunday. I'd love it if you come down. You know, you don't have to speak. Just come along as you are, see how it feels. It was such a chilled vibe full of like-minded people who understand those emotions and feelings and who didn't judge and who made you feel so comfortable.
People are dying, you know, people are committing suicide, people are struggling. There's been a few cases like here in Manchester. They let somebody out of hospital who said he was feeling suicidal. He tried to take his own life. He sat with him and said, no, you're okay, you know, you're giving us the right information. He came out the next day and killed himself. It's not their fault because they're under pressure to tick boxes to get as many people through the doors, but something's got to change. You see in the group, you know, people always checking in and saying, look, I'm going through this or I'm going through that, and it's needed. You're impacting primarily hundreds of people's lives, but secondary, probably thousands of people's lives, because they're going to be better people going into the future.
In order for us to be back to our normal selves, be balanced, be grounded, we need to go outside. We need to be amongst the leaves, the trees, the streams, the rivers. We need to feel the wind on our skin. We can all go outside and feel at home there. It's a neutral ground. Nature doesn't judge you. It'll test you, but it won't judge you. It gives men an opportunity to get out of their heads, get out of the future, get out of the past and be present.
When you go into nature, your intellect actually can take a break, because everything is just like we are, perfectly imperfect. That the break that your intellect or your mind can take when you're in an environment like that frees up that energy for connection with the rest of the Mandem, frees up energy for releasing pent-up emotions or tension. A bone doesn't break in the same place twice. It has to be broken, it has to take healing time, it has to repair. With men, what happens is we get broken, that's it. We can't talk about it, we can't heal, we can't repair. At what state do we get stronger? We just get more and more broken. We need to get that space to repair and come back stronger, and that's what this does. Like, nothing needs to change other than the fact that you've been able to speak, or you've not spoken and you've heard other people speak. That can just completely change how you feel.
The city is burning. These concrete slabs harbor concrete hearts. The city's constructed by concrete parts. The city is hurting because of architect that etch an archetype of chiseled but yet disheveled men that have structured us. They've put handcuffs on us and boxed us in box office buildings. You know, nature speaks to us, but somehow it's straight lines that seem to govern us. For example, do not park on yellow lines as they are gentle warnings. Those red lines are death threats. Don't ignore the letter with big red lines or see how deep your debt gets. Follow the straight road to see how far your fate goes. Destiny already set out by some architect that etches masculine archetypes. I mean, can I live again? I want to inhale and exhale, but I'm in hell trying to exit. I must flee this dark dungeon where dragons burn down the city. Menaces to our society. It's the living, not the dead, you should pity.
One of the Mandem came and told me that I saved his life. I feel like I achieved everything I set out to achieve just in that one moment. From Mandem meetup, I get purpose. I get a sense of belonging. I get to feel like I'm doing something worthwhile in the world, and I get to feel a part of community. I can be myself, and that's something that I've struggled with. I've always felt lost, and I feel at home with Mandem.